I got you.
Okay.
Hungry, I not ate. Yes, I am married, la mama, I do not date. Burn up they fingers, I left on a hot plate. Burn up the road like I left for a hot date. Yo, it's too cold, got that speed up the vibrate. Blow the whole mode, I am hungry, have not ate. Yes, I am married, la mama, I do not date. Burn up the fingers, I left on a hot plate. Burn up the road like I left for a hot date. I made it sleep at the condo in weeks. Miami, the south at the beach with the cheeks. I made it sleep at the condo in weeks. Miami, the south at the beach with the cheeks. Need all the smoke, I don't need me no vapor. I bring in the hookah, just bring in the flavor. I'm booming so loud that I wake up the neighbors. I'm swamping the gators all the way to Decatur. All that debating, I'm finna be major. I'm hoping they win, they nasty some takes. I am the Panther, this shit is a vision. I'm hoping they calling them measure, they injured. Booty, they talking, they in the blender. Call what they chasing, they hitting the gender. Trying to get in with a picture and grab all the attention. The TikTok, Instagram with the follows and mentions. That shit don't feel like they riding the bitches. Big heavyweight, they can't lift out the benches. Try to eat off my plate, got to get their own business. And I'ma go harder, go right out the trenches. ESTG like I handle my business. I'm right CMG like I'm part of the business. I run up the paper, I run up more business. Burn up they fingers, I left on a hot plate. Burn up the road like I left on a hot date. Blow up too cold, had to speed up the vibrate. Blow up the move when I'm hungry, I'm not ate. Yes, I am married, la mama, I do not date. Burn up they fingers.
Oh man, that's too hot for man. I had to just go ahead and introduce you like that right there so they could know how you coming.
I see you found my SoundCloud, man. My stash of underground remixes and early leaks and never released. There's if you listen on there, there's a version of Hot Boy. Hot Boy is one of the singles that we're pushing this summer, and but there's a version that's on SoundCloud is a special version because it has my second verse on there. See, I like to do stuff exclusive to platforms, so I'll
Mhm.
put some stuff on SoundCloud that I don't put anywhere else. Like that song, I never released that. That's a remix of Kendrick Lamar, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And I never put that out anywhere else. That's the SoundCloud is the only place you can find that. You
Wow.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's powerful, man. Well, I'm just gonna start out the gate, and I heard that type of, that type of, I
Type
heard
of
that
nigga,
song.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
man.
that's my shit though. Now I ain't gonna lie, that's another remix. That's one of my favorite remixes right there. Actually love that song. 'Cause I'm talking directly to my demographic. I'm talking directly to the family. You know what I'm saying on that one.
Man, because it seems like artists don't do that anymore. Like get on those like popping beats and just kind of like go straight beast mode.
That's
Like
that
what?
Wayne shit.
Right? Exactly. What got you like? Okay, let me go ahead and show them how to really do it.
I'm sorry, what you said now? I'm sorry, I had to have my son turn the TV down.
No, no worries, no worries. I was just let you know like what kind of want to get back into that mode, like you said, that Lil Wayne mode where it's like, let me show people how it's really done, like how getting on tracks and just saying your
And just a
piece.
blip. Well, you
Yeah.
know, it's funny, man, because people who know me, they know that I'm actually known for that.
Okay.
That's actually part of my brand identity. That's how I started to really make traction and in my the local market that I was in when I decided that okay, I'm gonna lock in with this music shit probably like 2007, 8, you know what I'm saying? Because my first daughter, she passed away, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? And then
condolences.
so for after that, after I came out of that dark place, that
Oh,
dark sunken place, and I never fully came out of it, but I when I started to keep my head out, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go crazy on this music shit. And that's one of the things that I did. I started taking remixes, and this is during in all fairness, this is okay, this is the Wayne era. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying? From
Yes.
2000, basically 6 to 2009, like that era, he was mixtaping us to death, and he was on everybody's beats. And if you had a hard song, you just knew Wayne was going to get on it and destroy you on your own beat. So that's really kind of the MO. Then I started really realizing how powerful my ear was because I would hear a song and know that that shit was going to take off. And you know what I'm saying? And then so I would do the remix before people even heard the original song. The first song I
Mm.
really did that with was No Lie, Drake and 2 Chainz. And so I had my version of No Lie, and people heard that. And when they heard it on the radio, they swore it was my song because I had literally, as soon as it came out, I knew that it was a hit, and so I did the remix and put it out so people heard my version first. And so when they heard the other version, they thought that they were copying my song.
Mm.
So it's like a real powerful tool. So yeah, so Wayne definitely inspired that. Shout out to Wayne, for sure.
Nah, well, let me just kind of give a small introduction of who I am and pretty much how I got a chance to like, be in your presence. So, my name is Montarius. I sold candy in middle school, at 13 years old. My brother told me to find a hustle, and my auntie gave me $5. I went to the store, bought Now Laters, for 25
That's
cents,
real.
sold it for 50 cents, So that's when I realized I wanted to do business and be in sales. So went to school, sociology degree, minor in marketing. So I really love just being able to like discover people, right? Be able to like do research and like, be able to like put a spotlight on individuals. That's kind of like my brand and what we're doing, with Dojo Consultancy. What we want to do is like with small business owners as well as with musicians, just give them that spotlight and be able to like, boost their exposure, especially on a digital way. Because as you can see, man, on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? You got music on people's stories, you got music on people's timeline. Music is life, man. Music is finally getting back to that realness, and it's with independent artists too, man. It's really huge. So that's pretty much how I kind of got into meeting Jirac Mac. She was at a Show the World showcase, and yeah, so they called me the young A&R basically. So with that being said, kind of like if you could share with me, like how did you like end up being in like this role that you're in now with having a Zoom meeting? What was there like a path to get to that point to get it
So
up?
so I have to shout out my big bro Derek Marquise Johnson, which happens to be also Webbie's older brother. I was on tour. I met them guys in 2010. And my partner CZ at the time, Christopher Wills, Chris Wills, he we actually pioneered this thing that they call going live, because before they had the live button, what we would do was we did promotion for the biggest club in our neighborhood. And so what we would do is we'd take the camera and he'd follow me around with the camera while we were doing promo for the club, hand-to-hand promo flyers. And I still use hand-to-hand promo to this day, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? And we would take flyers and we would share them with people, but we would video it, and he'd be like, "All right, all right, we're going live right now. Go ahead." You know what I'm saying? And then I would just do the transaction and chop it up with him and kind of interview him. And it was like way ahead of his time because nobody was doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then our quote was, "All right, live, it's Trill Will, live and direct." And so the next thing you know, Facebook had Instagram Live, had Facebook Live, and then Instagram, and then so on and so forth. So basically club promotion. Club promotion turned into it's event promotion is what it is essentially. But then that led me into meeting all the people like Rick Ross, Webbie Plies. That year 2010
Oh,
was a crazy year. I met a lot of celebrities that year from the club. The Moon, not the Moon, excuse me, Coliseum in Volusia County in Daytona. And so the Coliseum held it like 3,500, whatever, however many people it holds. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody would come there. You know what I'm saying? It was at the time there really was nothing else that was that big, and that everybody was they were booking hip hop acts every couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? Major acts like Yin Yang Twins and Yo Gotti and this
wow.
one and that one. Shout out to Iceberg. They were booked Iceberg. You know what I'm saying, from Miami, who's on another fantastic run right now. So basically, what we did was we took that concept, and then because it's business modeling, right? So a lot of people don't understand business modeling. Like imagine a world where McDonald's, or excuse me, imagine a world where Burger King didn't use McDonald's business model and they just continued with their own. Yeah, it would have been cool, but they wouldn't have been as big as they are. And what they did is they seen a system that was working and they adapted it for them. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what, in essence, what we did. We took that, what I was saying about the live videos, which it really wasn't live because we were recording it, but it was live because it was like literally on the spot, no script. You know what I'm saying? Some promo and run the play with the people, like you know what I'm saying, like hand to hand guerrilla promotion. So we took that, and then so we was on tour with Webbie and Boosie, and basically. we picked up some tactics from Derek, and he would do conference calls. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much every day during the week, and those were cool. And those were cool. Some people would get on, some people wouldn't. But it taught me the very valuable, important point of staying in constant contact with the people that you're working with. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? And so I basically took that concept and just was like, and then of course the COVID thing happened in 2020, and then that's when everybody realized, oh shit, we can operate from home. We don't even have
oh,
to really fucking leave our house, or we don't really have to go to these crazy places and get all dressed up, suit and tie just to conduct business. We can conduct business from our home, through Zoom. And so I just basically took those concepts all together and was like, all right, well, let's create a online accessible university, where people can come learn, sharpen their skills, and sharpen their information, and also share the information they have. Like I was speaking on before, as a community, we lack an intelligence community. You know what I'm saying? And that's an important thing to have as a community, as a nation of people, as a culture of people. We don't really have an intelligence community. And so I really felt like, combining all those things is kind of what was the answer to that, because usually there's money made whenever you provide the answer to a question, and so that was a big question, as far as like when, because I see a lot of independent artists, and what they have an issue with is not the doing the shows. The shows is not the issue, but it's the in between show A and show B. What do they need to do to reactivate the people they just met, and what do they need to do to draw in more people? And so that's just the whole process. And so the Zoom I realized that the Zoom allowed me to guide people on both ends of that, show them what to do after the show, and when show them how to and what to do and how to promote and get real engagement leading up to the show. You know what I'm saying? And so
powerful.
all of that is combined into what we call an engagement think tank. But for lack of a better word, it's a university. You know what I'm saying? Worldwide collaboration, GFM. We just the Trillion show basically is Monday through Friday in the mornings, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. And then on Fridays we do put the world on a tour. You know what I'm saying? We have different curriculums, like today's multimedia marketing. When we go in there, Miss Lala gonna jump in the lead position, and teach, facilitate her curriculum. We have a DJ coalition. Shout out to DJ Nonetheless, legendary DJs coalition. Um, yeah, it's a lot. We have a lot going on. H Life magazine. It's a lot.
No, that's powerful, and I'm just gonna piggyback and by saying, I was able to join a couple of the meetings, and I'm just impressed, man. The fact that like it could be open, but also structured. The fact that we could talk about spirituality one moment, and then we're talking about the music business and how to how to, like you say, engage with the audience. That's pretty cool. But I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna transition right now. Like, can you recall a person who mentored you and really like helped you see the world, in a global way? Was there somebody that, mentored you early on or even in your life today?
Early on, it was my father.
Okay.
God bless the dead, long live King Willie. He
Yes, sir.
passed away at the end of 2003.
Mm.
But like I was saying, Derek Marquise Johnson, he definitely expanded my view of the world, and how to utilize the events that we were booked on while we were on tour. I remember the first couple times that I didn't perform on tour, and I was scheduled to perform. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm supposed to be performing. That's just crazy. And he was like, yo, I know you upset, but if you think that performing is where your job stops or starts, that's not it. He was
Mm.
like, well, just because you're here already, so there's no need to complaining about being here. So in order to see that all the way through, you know what I'm saying, you need to utilize the ability to be in the room that you're in right now. And he was like, use me, don't misuse me, don't abuse me, but use me to get the proper introduction to the people you would like to do business with in the future. And just
Powerful.
by him explaining that to me like that, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like, you basically can meet the same people that I'm going to introduce you to, but it's not. it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So, and that's something my dad would say. And so basically he was like, but if you get the proper introduction by the proper person to the people you would like to do business with in the future, and you build a rapport with them and you don't try to rush it, and you just actually add value to them initially, and then continue adding value until they feel obligated to want to add value to you back, then you can build, long-term relationships. And and dealing with entertainment or really any business is based on relationships.
Facts. Facts. Well, let me ask you this, and shouts out to you, and shouts out to Pops, shouts out to your family. One thing I learned is like each decade it brings like different culture, whether it's the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. Like how have you been able to like navigate and remain relevant and adapt? Like what are some of the things that keeps you uh what is it called? Not like renewing yourself, but like in that sense, like what are some of the things that keep you
I
adapting?
mean, so you renewal is a good word.
Okay.
But I'll say um rebranding,
Uh-huh.
uh resurrection. I mean, so basically my attitude is that every day that I go to sleep is and if sleep is the cousin of death. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Pac said that. So I believe that every day that I go to sleep and I wake up, it is a form of resurrection. And so it's a rebirth when I wake up. So at the end of the day, I have a chance to reinvent myself completely. And I look at every day as an opportunity to rebrand and reinvent and to restructure my life, do personal inventory and improve the quality of my life and others' life. So that's basically it. It's just the mindset of constantly reinventing yourself and constantly being rebirthed and resurrected. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that's powerful. That's powerful. Well, if it's okay with you, I'm gonna play one of your tracks. Is that okay?
Yeah, you can do whatever you gotta do, bro.
Psst. Hey, you.
We're not doing
Do you
that.
coke at
We gonna wait. They got that little advertisement, so we gonna wait before to the advertisement done.
Yeah. I love that hat though. Support local artists, man. That's a dope hat, man. Definitely gotta support the local artists, man.
Definitely, man. Shout out to Jared Walker. Jared Walker, man, he's a artist here in the city, really putting on for the art community. There's a lot of different art. Man, shouts out to the mayor of Jacksonville, man. She really like letting people be creative, putting on different events, putting on different things for artists to flourish here in Jacksonville. That's why I think we're being blessed right now, as far as like the music scene. Duval Day just happened a couple days ago,
Man,
things of that
listen, I
nature.
ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Big shout out to the whole Duval, but we gotta shout out OG Rollo. Because
Uh-oh.
OG Rollo really putting together some motion for everybody, man. OG Rollo, you gotta definitely shout out to cousin Frank,
Cousin
Frank
Frank.
Corleone.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? He was just at the event we did Friday, which was a part of Boss Week, which is a part of the Duval Day, which is like the day before Duval Day, so all coincided. Definitely shout out to those
Shout
guys,
out.
man. Big Cho, you know what I'm saying? Big
Yeah.
Cho too, you know what I'm saying?
Shots
So
up,
yeah.
major. And you're a major key player too, man. That's what I'm saying. Matter of fact, how did you always have the name Trill Will, or did you have a different rap name? Like when you first
No,
came
I
out.
mean, no, that really, I mean, I did when I first got my first little independent record label deal, like when I got signed my first time back in 2001 or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Um, I was going under the name Malice, believe it or not.
Mm.
But then I didn't know. I think it was before the Clips even really came out. But
Hmm.
then I found out that Clips is, and then one of the brothers' name was Malice, even
Right.
though I spelt it different. So that encouraged me to change my name, actually. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely changed my name, and then I've been Trill Will ever since 2008. I want to say 2008. Yep, I'm sure.
Mm.
Yep. And so,
That's dope.
growing up on UGK and
Yes,
and
sir.
and on those guys, the Trill word is very important. And so, but being on tour with Bruce and Webbie, that actually helped me on my mission because you have to be verified and stamped to use such words in your name like Trill. Like they take that shit
Mm.
very Texas take that shit very seriously. The Trill, shout out to the Trill fam, man. You know what I'm saying? And all the Trill life, Trill fam, all the Trill organizations in general. And so, yeah, I'm an official stamp member of that of the Trill fam. So that's definitely something that I had to go through. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir. That's powerful, man. See, that's some history right there, but people might not know about that. But we're gonna go ahead and
Type of nigga that'll never type of nigga used to be the distribution coming when the past deliver. Brand is luxury mandatory, I tax a nigga. Fans in love with me mandatory, they fuck with me, show up for me, show love for me, then suddenly come up with me. Build a blend together off of unity, they stuck with me. Never get too much from me, deeper than the ocean. Think they sink a nigga drugs for me. 3 letters in the club with me. 1 hour sleep, it's been a week since Trilly sleeping, also lovely. Trilly, yo, we hug the block, I'm known to hold the guap. Yeah, I'm hugging really lovely. I'm ATL, I'm popping bubbly. That's why I love my girl, cause she would never ever put no one above me. I'm in control, Trilly life is on the road. I had to make my circle smaller, now I'm on the road. BMF to ZMF, Trilly made the honor roll. GFM to BET, play with me, I get them stretched. Forward my connect, Lake Show, purple in the gold. When I step, get them stretched. Forward my connect, Lake Show, purple in the gold. When I step, steppers, when I step, we on the road.
I'm the type of nigga, always got some motion. I done done it all, hustle fraud, window broken.
yeah, they gotta check that out on SoundCloud. We can't give them all the exclusive. They gotta check that out. They said they gotta do their homework. Well, I'm just gonna ask one more question if it's okay with you, Mr.
Okay,
Trill Will, man. And
you're
like I
good,
said,
bro.
man, thank you so much for just taking the time out your morning to and I don't know if y'all call it morning. I don't know. I apologize if y'all don't call
Yeah,
it
it's
morning.
we just yeah, it's just the top of the AM. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
top of
saying?
the AM, you know the
Because
vibes.
the reason why is because when you study the etymology of the word mourning,
Mm-hmm.
it's dealing with the death.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's dealing with being sad. Mourning is sadness from death. You
Mm-hmm.
know, somebody that has passed away.
Yes, sir. That's why I said thank you so much for educating too. That's why, yeah, definitely top of the morning, man. Thank you for that. And you mentioned you're a family man, right? So what is like one of the most rewarding parts about, being a father? I'm not a dad or anything like that, but for
Mhm.
you, what's the most rewarding part about being a father?
Oh man, just seeing yourself in another human being, bro. Like that's deep and deep stuff, man. You know, and you realize that, that you're not your own. You realize that really you are just an incarnation of a consciousness in your bloodline, of an entity in your bloodline, and that when you have a child, you're just manifesting yet another entity from your bloodline. It's just really you saying, and your family is you, and everybody's blowing my phone up right now. But yeah, that's
That Yes, sir. Now we gonna end it like that, man. Now that was powerful, man. And I definitely look forward to the meeting. I'll be there, and I definitely hope you can have a wonderful rest of your evening and afternoon, okay? Or afternoon and evening.
all
All right, man. Till next time. You.
right. Peace.